Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McLemore.
All right, good evening and welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring entrepreneurs and women-owned businesses from across the country. I am your host, Kimberly McLemore, President and CEO of the Women's Small Business Initiative, LLC, and award-winning author. And welcome to another night of sharing. With us, we have special guests, the Montez family. I have Natalie, Olivia, and Zandar. And tonight we're going to have a great discussion about gratitude and being thankful. What does it mean from a parent's point of view as well from a child's point of view? So, without further ado, please help me welcome to my platform, the Montez family. Hey!
Hey!
Awesome. Well, welcome, you guys. How are you?
We are doing good. Xander, how are you doing?
Good.
All right. Olivia, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
How are you feeling, Mom?
I'm feeling good. Thank you. You want to ask Miss Kimberly how she's feeling?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, and I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight. Are you guys excited about this conversation we're going to have tonight?
Yes, we are. Gratitude is always an inspiring conversation, especially when it comes out of the mouths of babes.
Oh, exactly. So before we dive in, and I'm going to get to you in a second, but before we dive in, I'm going to let Mommy tell a little bit about the family, okay?
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm Natalie Montez, and I've known Kimberly for a long time, so I'm always excited to work with her on our podcast shows and different business ventures and things like that. I am a mom of two beautiful babies. We have Zandar, who is 4.5 years old, and we have Olivia, who has just turned 15, my big baby. I know, it's awesome.
Where did time go?
I know. We are a great team. We love living here in the Alexandria area. We just moved back from Chicago over the summer. And it's always fun to do a show with children, you know. Mm-hmm. But we are looking forward to the fall. We love the fall. We're looking forward to Halloween. We're looking forward to the holiday season. And we're looking forward to just talking about what we are thankful for with you, Kimberly.
Well, I'm excited, and because, you know, the whole purpose of doing this is that we all know that the holidays, like you said, are coming around very quickly, and Thanksgiving is going to be one that we're going to kind of be spending some pre-Thanksgiving time together, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to just have this conversation about what it means to be thankful. How does gratitude work in your family? And I love it that we as adults know what to say, but what does it mean when it comes to our children, right? I mean, like for the listeners, exactly. And for the listeners, and like Natalie said, we've known each other for quite some time, so we are always trying to experiment with other new things, and then we thought this would be a great idea to get this perspective and just have some fun. So let's go ahead and start with Zandar. So Zandar, how are you again?
Good.
Your turn.
Good.
So tell me, Zandar, what does gratitude mean to you? What does it mean?
My school was great.
Xander, what does gratitude mean?
Okay, so no, it's okay. Tell me about your school. How was school today?
Good.
Did you guys talk about what it means to be thankful and what gratitude means?
Mhm.
So what did you learn in school about that?
For Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving? Oh, bless you.
Thanksgiving.
So what's Thanksgiving about?
Sharing.
Aww.
Absolutely right. It's about sharing. So is Thanksgiving one of your favorite holidays?
Mhm.
So what do you like to eat on Thanksgiving?
Noodles.
But
you know what's funny? What's funny, Kimberly, is that he's only had one Thanksgiving in America because he's lived abroad for so long. And, obviously Thanksgiving is an American holiday.
Right.
So he didn't have very much experience with Thanksgiving until last year in Chicago. So trying to get him to remember, it's kind of like interesting.
Right. But, it's okay because you and I have talked a lot about the fact that today, nobody really always has to stick with the traditional. It's okay to not have the traditional so-called Thanksgiving that we're used to in America. And, my son and I, even though my son's obviously a grown man, but in the last several years when we get together for the holidays, we've really gotten away from that full old time tradition of having to have the big turkey and all the greens and the stuffing and all that. And so we have really changed throughout the years. I think the last couple of years, one year I did, we actually had steak sandwiches.
Nice. That's
it was just like, I was like, really? That's what you want, for the holiday? But, so it's not always about the tradition of eating. Thanksgiving is really about the tradition of being thankful and sharing time with your family, right?
Right. It's the tradition of togetherness. Yes, I agree.
Exactly. So
whatever you're doing, do it together.
Exactly. So Zandar, tell me about them noodles. I want to know more about them noodles you like.
I rub them in my mouth.
Okay. All right. So what else do you have with your noodles? You have any meat with the noodles, or you just like the noodles by themselves?
I have some sausage with it.
There you go. Sausage. There you go. That sounds really good.
And meatballs.
And meatballs?
Wow.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe we're going to have you come over here and do some cooking. Sounds like
I know what to have.
I'm taking notes too.
You are.
Exactly.
Told the baby.
Okay.
Told the baby.
So Zandar, for in school, do you guys get to make little decorations for Thanksgiving?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're excited about, are you doing that already, or are you guys waiting till after we get through this other holiday? I know we got a couple of things coming, but you're getting ready to start thinking about the turkeys and all the pumpkins and all the other things you get to do?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it will all be coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Of course. Zandar, is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to sharing? Why is sharing important?
Because you share.
Because we
Sharing
share,
is
but why do we
caring.
share? Why do we share?
Why do we share?
Because we take turns.
Good job.
Okay, exactly. You do take turns, but sharing is something that you do to be nice too, right? Yeah. So sometimes some kids may not have what you have, so it's always nice to share. So you get to share when you're in school, right?
Yeah. And what are you thankful for, bud?
I'm thankful for my friends in Chicago.
Oh, awesome.
See? Oh, that's awesome.
Very nice.
Awesome. So when was the last time you got to speak to your friends in Chicago?
To take turns.
You spoke to them over the summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to talk to your friends in the summertime. So you were thankful for that time. All right. Well, that's awesome. Well, Zandar, I'm really proud of you because you're doing a great job on this podcast show. You'll have to have you do this again.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Thanks.
So is there anything else you want to share before you let your sister come and chat with me? What else you want to talk about?
Things?
My speedy car.
Your speedy car? You have a speedy car? So tell me about this car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
All right. Do you want to tell Miss Kimberly about your speedy car?
It's orange.
Okay.
All right.
And my motorcycle.
Oh,
And my 2 cars.
Oh, boy, you got a whole lot of stuff to be thankful for and a whole lot of things to do, right? Okay, well, you know what?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, you know what, Xander? You're going to have to continue being a good boy because, Christmas is getting close too, right?
Ooh.
So you got to make that list.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
That's
you're going to have to continue to be a good boy, right?
That's right.
That's right. And continue sharing with your friends and your family.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, Xander.
What do you say?
Thank you.
You
You're
are
welcome.
You are welcome too, sweetie. I really enjoyed
Happy
talking to
Thanksgiving.
you. Happy Turkey Day to you too.
That means
Okay, you can go have your snack now.
only you.
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, Natalie, that was really fun. And again, thank you for letting him come on and tell us a little bit about what it means to be thankful, because that's pretty, 4 years old, that's a lot to know and understand about thankfulness and gratitude at that age. There's a whole lot
There's no
more.
honing in the mind of a 4.5-year-old.
Right. But when you think about the thought process of sharing and what that really meant to him, and the thing I love that he just said, that he was thankful for his friends in Chicago. I mean, you can't rehearse that. So, think about the fact that he misses those friends and that he's thankful for having the opportunity to be with them and see them again. That's a blessing. And so that also is a sentiment to you for making the kids understand what it means to have gratitude and being thankful for not just getting up every day, but also the things that are around him and around each other. So, all right. Now, here's my girl, Olivia. Now, I've known little Miss Olivia since she was a little tiny thing. I don't even know if you remember me after all these years. I've known your mom for, I don't know, what, about maybe 10 years?
Probably.
Probably longer, than that. I mean, we actually met at a nail shop.
Really?
And I still go to that same nail shop. They actually have two. So they have the one that was at the one location, and there's one literally across the street from each other. They're right across the street from each other. So the Walmart that's on Richmond Highway, and there's the nail shop right there. That's the same owner.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I've been back to Alexandria, but I think about it often, and I'm like, I've been meaning to ask you if you still go there. I'm like, should I still go? They still good?
And I have the same woman, Amy, who's been doing my nails. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think we calculated, 16 years that she's actually been doing my nails. When she started there, she was only 19.
Wow.
I was like, oh. Had no idea. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, right? So Olivia, your mom and I have known each other that many years, and I remember the first time I seen you were just a really tiny, young, sweet little thing, and you're still sweet, but now you're getting all grown up. So it's definitely going to be great to hear her perspective of what gratitude and thankful and what it means to be thankful. So Olivia, go ahead and just tell everybody a little bit more about who you are, and then let us know how you feel. What's going on?
I'm, like my mom said, I'm 15. I go to a performing arts school, and that school brings out a lot of gratitude for me, especially because we almost couldn't do it. It's a lot of money, and they only accept 20 kids a year, and I had to audition for it. And when we found out I got in, we were able to start seeing the cost of everything, and it got super expensive, and we didn't think we were going to be able to do it. But then we were awarded a scholarship opportunity, which I was really, really thankful for that, and we were eventually able to afford it. So I'm very happy that I get to go to my school, and I'm very thankful for that and all of the friends that I've made being back here.
Well, congratulations, first of all, for making that school, being in performing arts. That's saying something. So you are very talented, very special, and you obviously had to work extremely hard to even get accepted. So congratulations to you on that. And of course, always congratulate you and hug your mom, because without her, none of this would have been possible. You know, that's the other part of being thankful and showing gratitude. But for you to sit back and think about that little bit of struggle and all the extra things you had to do to get to this point, that's saying something about yourself and your dedication as well to wanting to be at this performing arts school. So again, I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to continue to hear more about this story as you go through your journey going through school with this performing arts, because I know you can do some things, but I didn't know how much you could do. And like I said, the next time I see you, I need a free show, before you get big time, and start taking autographs now before you get big time, right?
Yeah.
So tell me more about, you just said something that was profound to me. Then when you were talking a little bit about what you've been doing, you were talking about your friends, how important having your friends are, and how, you're thankful you are. Why is it so important to have these friends in your life?
I think it's different for each group of friends that I've made. Being traveling around the world at my age, I had to leave a lot of friends, and so it's the building certain relationships with people who connect to me in certain ways. Like in Australia, I had a big group of friends who were all American, and then I also had some Australian friends who we connected in other ways. And those relationships are very important to me, and I think it changes based on all the places I go. Mm-hmm. But there are always those friends who I still keep in touch with, and I'm very glad that I have those friends that I can keep in touch with no matter how far apart we are from each other. Mm-hmm. And like in Chicago, I found a group of friends that we all went to the same church, and we had that kind of connection in faith, and we would always go out to eat on Sundays after church and hang out. And it's that group of friends I'm very sad to have left, but I'm still thankful that they continue to talk to me, and we still have a relationship, and we know what's going on in each other's lives, and we catch up as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also very thankful for the friends that I have here, moving back here from so many years. I still have friends who I haven't talked to in a while, but catching up, we're
okay, I think we're losing a little bit of technical difficulty there. So now you were saying that your friends that you have there in Virginia, or
I'm thankful for them, because even though we might not have talked in a few years, we still have a bond that we can continue to build even now. And also the new friends that I'm making here, because they have the same love for performing arts, and we have that bond. And I'm so grateful that I have so many different friends who have so many different connections with mm-hmm. me, so I kind of have all aspects of my life. There are friends that kind of correspond to
mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, and I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's amazing me that how you're talking about all the different places now. You mentioned Australia, and you guys been to a couple other places overseas too, correct?
Yes. We've been to, the only place we ever lived is China.
China, okay. So, but just that distinction, that's a huge difference. China, Australia, Chicago, Virginia. Even from Chicago to Virginia, there's a huge difference because they're Midwesterners. And I'm very well known about the Midwest area because I'm from Iowa originally. So being from the Midwest, I've come from there and come here, and people are like, wait a minute, where are you from again? You don't even sound the same. So, but to be able to sit down and talk about the fact that you understand how important those connections that you have made throughout these last several years, because like you said, you guys were gone for a while, and having to literally stop and re-pick up the pieces again. That's hard. Yeah. That's hard for an adult to do, let alone a child. And then to sit back and think about how grateful you are to have those connections, and then to come back after all these years and then be able to pick back up the pieces here. And then now you got new friends because you have grown in a way where now your love for friendship is a little bit different, because now you're in the performing arts and you have people who can relate to that, but yet still you have your other friends that you can hold on to, even if they're not a part of that world that you're in, that new world that you're in. So that's interesting that you can have this conversation with me and understand how important connections are, because those connections you make today, you will probably have at least a handful of those same connections for the rest of your life. And that's always important to have too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to know that you can continue to grow with those people that you've known from childhood. It's a beautiful thing, because it's hard to have true friends. And as we all grow, we're all grateful for the people that we meet throughout along the way, but there's always going to be those real close, true friends that you're going to be able to carry and have with you for the rest of your life. So that's wonderful. So tell me more about what your thought process is about gratitude and just being thankful in your every day. I mean, we have to be grateful because we get up and we can wake up and even talk about this. So talk a little bit more about how that makes you feel, Olivia.
I love being grateful for things, because it just makes me, whenever I think about the things that I'm grateful for, it always just brings a smile to my face. It makes me happy, and it sets the precedent for the rest of the day if I think about it when I wake up in the morning. And it's so amazing how you can think about the things and the blessings in life, and it just kind of turns around your whole attitude for the rest of the day. And
that is so true.
Girl,
and
look,
I also think that
are you sure you're only 15? Because I'm like, wait a minute now. You know, the average adult needs to hear this part over again, okay? Because you just said something, again, that was very profound, that the way you start your day sets the rest of your day, the tone that you start with. And every day we have to get up and remind ourselves, you know, it may not be, you know, you may not feel the greatest when you wake up, but to know that you can get up. And like I always try to make people understand, that you can even have the thought process that you are having a bad day because you woke up. You woke up and not realizing how important that means, because there are many people who didn't wake up that day. You know, every day there's somebody who's going to be lost in this world. So to be able to have that mindset at your age, this is something that will take you in for the rest of your life. If you can continue to stay on that path and think that positiveness of realizing, and we all know that not every day is perfect, but when you can go back and look at the value of how you started your day so they can help you get through the rest of your day, you have something special there. And I hope and pray that you can continue to hold on to that, because the world we live in today, there's so much negativity around us that you need to hold on to that, just that little bit of seed there, that little bit of faithfulness, that little bit of gratitude, that little bit of saying, you know what, I'm thankful for this morning. I'm thankful to get through the rest of the day. You have something special, young lady. And I just hope that you continue to broaden what you have and continue to share it with your peers and people around you. Because I know that, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be your age today. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. You guys have got so many different things that we didn't have. And I can say that I know I didn't have growing up. I'm 56. So in the era that I grew in, we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have social media. So growing up, you had to be in front of each other. Your connections were all just face to face. There and on a telephone, but face to face, there was no, well, I could talk to you through text. You know, we didn't have a lot. So, you know, having to grow into the eras and all the things that are changing today, the difference for you young people is that sometimes being able to communicate is much harder because everybody only knows how to text. Everybody only knows how to use social media. So for you to be that profound and to have that understanding of what it means to really communicate and grow your relationships and know how to be thankful for just today, girl, you're on something. And I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you because, you know, like I told your mom, when we decided to do this conversation today, you just never know what our kids are going to say. And I told her, I said, don't you tell those kids what to say. It's like, I'm trying to get them all prepared and ready to go. It's like, you know, just let them be them, because we all always wonder how well we do as parents to ensure that we are bringing the right foundation for our children, you know, because being a parent is not easy. And so we always want to make sure that we keep you guys happy, but at the same time, we have to allow you to grow because you're not us. But all we can do is provide you the foundation to ensure that you have the things that you need to have in life. And I can definitely see your twin over here, you know, y'all looking at each other like, y'all are definitely.
We're actually looking at Xandar over there.
Making sure, well, he's doing good. Leave my baby alone. He's doing good back there. So I'm excited. He's doing great. He's doing great. So Olivia, before I start talking to you, Mom, is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Yeah, one more thing about gratitude. I think that a lot of people today, if you ask them what they're thankful for on Thanksgiving, they'll just like say things like family, friends, generic, like big answers, which is great to be thankful for those big things. But I think it's also very important to think about the little things and the little blessings, because that is what helps drive you through your day. From day to day, the little things are what drive you through your day, and the big things are what help you in the big picture. So getting through days and not having like mental breakdowns and struggling and having bad days, it helps me a lot to think about the little things that I'm grateful for in between each day. Like I have a weekly goal of 17 assignments, and so if I get 4 done each day, I have met my goal. And so for that, every time I get an assignment done, I'm like, thank you for getting this assignment done so that I can keep going, I can meet my goal, and I can be done by Christmas. And it's like, I try to find those little things that I can be thankful for, because otherwise my day turns into a mess, and it's just like I'm existing through my day, but I'm not actually living in it and enjoying every moment of it.
Right. But the key is that that's the key word that you just said, is it's living for those moments, those little moments. It's not about how big, but taking the time to say, you know what, when I need a break, I need a break. And you've learned that, and because what you guys go through school today, I mean, school was hard for us, but, everything is so calculated on how many of this and how many of that. Sometimes it's overwhelming for you all young people today. And so for you to have that mindset of knowing when you have to take a break, or when you have to be appreciative for that moment that you're having, that says a lot, because I know it's tough, to be a young person today. And then, you're actually still a very young adult. You're in those preteen years. And so you got a lot on your weight on your shoulders. It's not just the world, it's just growing up, period. Can be tough, but like I said, you keep hanging in there and keep smiling and keep telling the world about what it means to be thankful, and keep sharing that love, because that's what we all need in the world today. So thank you so much for your time, girl. I'm so proud of you. Again, the next time I see you, get ready for my performance, okay? All right, love. Thank you. All right, Mom, you're up. You are up. Girl, this has been such great. Awesome. I know. So proud. I know.
I just have to say that I'm really thankful for the resilience in my children. And I think, I'm grateful to have been able to give them the opportunities of travel and to seeing outside of America, outside of the U.S., seeing other parts of the world, because I really do feel like it gives you a different perspective and things to be grateful for, as well as ways of being kinder and gentler all around, because we've experienced a kinder, gentler community being abroad, and being able to bring that home, despite what we kind of experience around us sometimes. So I just have to say that before I'm just very thankful for the resilience of my children.
and you're right. And you're right, because, and I think that it's so healthy that they've had the opportunity to even go abroad, because as adults, not all of us, or anybody that, some people wish they could go abroad, but to actually live there, and then, like you said, try to understand the experiences, the culture is different. Everything is different. Everything is new. So you have to learn how to balance that, and have to learn how to be appreciative for all the things that you're going through, but that has to be taught. And so it's not something that's given. And I think that's the key, is that, like I said, you've set the foundation, you set the tone. You're, truly giving them an opportunity that most, people, like I said, will never have, and especially children. So to be able to see the things that they have seen and learn the things that they're learning, they're going to carry that with them for the rest of their life, because you have set that tone for them. And then the cool part about it that I'm thinking in my head is that they're never going to be afraid to want to take that adventure in life, to travel again abroad, to learn more about what's going on in the world, how it connects with them, and how thankful they can sit back and think, Olivia can sit back and say from year to year for the rest of her life, this is what she has done. This is what she's accomplished. And this is how we got started, because Mom was a big part of that in my life. And so that's the part that is so beautiful, is that, and even with Zandar, he may not remember much, but he knows enough that he'll be able to even share those experiences about where he's been. Like I said, I still can't get over what he said to me about, I'm thankful for my friends in Chicago. I'm like, wow, that 4 years old, he's remembering all these things and all these experiences that you've already set a stone for him as well. So, having this conversation and being able to be the parent in the room, having to go through this process, just as the parent, what else are you thankful for, and how do you show gratitude on a day-to-day basis?
Well, one way is like really kind of what Olivia said. I have to take, it's the little things. It's the little things, the small wins that help me not, go into a negative narrative as a mom in my head, like my failures or this, how it is. Like we can say, oh, social media, all these people are doing this and I'm not doing that. Like comparing yourself, all these things, but it's the small wins and me honing it down to the truth that I am being the best mom that my children need me to be. And that's what's important. So that I'm really thankful for. But aside, taking off the mom hat, I'm personally really grateful for the wisdom on the journey where I'm at now. It's not even close to being done, but I'm thankful for the wherewithal to look back at my journey and to just sit back and acknowledge and be thankful for the survival, the fact that I made it here, the fact that, my faith is strong and continues to grow, the fact that I just am where I am and I have what I have and I don't, God provides, no matter when I think I don't know how I'm going to make it, we make it. I'm not looking for where my next meal is going to come from on the table. Therefore, that is Thanksgiving.
Amen.
No matter what we're eating, no matter what is put on before us on our table. And I think I'm going to take Zandar's, little list of noodles and things and having a little menu from each of them. And maybe that will be our Thanksgiving this year, Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, stepping out of that so-called conformment, we don't have to conform to what we've been taught all through the years, because this is, I think the way I look at it is that, we loved all the things that we did growing up, obviously, and enjoyed having those moments with our families and remembering those big turkeys and all that. But these are our families. We have our own. So our thought processes are going to be a little different, how we want to do things and how they see the world. And so to be able to share those experiences are what's most important. Like you said, it's not about having to go with the norm, but to just sit down and be thankful for whatever it is that you have on that table at that moment. That's all that is important. And the big part is the fellowship, being able to know that you can get up that morning and just sit down and spend that time with your children and enjoy that meal and laugh and have a good time, and they'll drive you crazy. We all know what it's like to have that moment, but knowing that we're very thankful for that craziness in our life, because my thought process is always, hey, we brought them here. This is the reality. This is the real show. This isn't social media. This isn't, making it look good for the people. This is life. Right. This is us. Okay. This is us. That's right. I've definitely been thankful for slowing down, and I look forward to Thanksgiving and leading into the Christmas holiday too as an opportunity to slow down. In the past, I've not taken that opportunity. And this year, I'm thankful for the wherewithal to try to slow down and just, live in this moment with my kids, actually create new memories, because that's one of the things that I was like, I really want to do something that is creating new traditions with my family under the circumstances and our new sort of path in life and stuff. And I think this is the time that I can actually create that. We can do that together,
Exactly. Like you said, you're back here and Virginia Aaron and Alexandria. And so welcome home. So I'm so glad you're back. I'm like, yay.
It's so gorgeous here in the fall. Oh my gosh.
I know. And we're making new memories. So we got a lot of things coming out that we're very excited to share with everybody soon. So just keep your eyes open and your ears, open and listening, because you guys, Natalie and I, are on a whole different level. Things have definitely changed in the last several years. So we're real excited to be able to share our platform together. And that's the thing that you're going to see a lot more of us. So, you may get tired of looking at us, but we're hey, it is what it is.
We're here to stay. We're here to stay, and we're getting those engines revving.
Exactly. So like you said, the holidays are coming, so we're going to have a little tamper down time, but we're revving up in between that tampering down to get ready for some new things coming out that we'll be so excited to talk about again soon. But for tonight, again, I just love you all. Thank you so much for spending time. Tell the kids, I don't see them in the background right now, but thank you all for coming on. And
Kimberly, before you go, can you just tell us what you're thankful for and how you think about Thanksgiving?
Oh, absolutely. Wow. Thankful. I every day I sit back and I just look around myself, and I'm so thankful that God has given me the opportunity to wake up and has provided me talents and things that I never even thought that I had and could create. Knowing that for many years I've been a single parent for a long time, and to watch myself to develop the way that I have. Sometimes we don't know what we have within us. So I'm just so thankful to just look around myself every day. Yeah, I have my moments because I'm human, but to the gratitude, I can't even sometimes even define how thankful I am, because I'm just so happy that things are going, I have peace. And I think that's the word that I'm looking for, is having that peace in my life. That's we, you and I both know we have been missing to some degree. And so when you have it and when you find it, you just want to hold on to it, and you gravitate to that peace, and that you won't, I will let nobody get in the middle of. And that's just the bottom line. I think I was telling somebody a week or so ago that the word no has been a lot for me this year. So it's like learning to be grateful just to say no.
And that's it. No, period. Not no, because,
Exactly. So there's just so many things that, I could probably write a list of, a long list of what I'm thankful and grateful for. But right now, for me, it's peace in knowing that everything that I do happens for a reason, even when I don't understand it. But it benefits not just me, but the people that I love and the things that are around me. And that's what is grateful. That's what gratefulness means to me, and being thankful for just having that opportunity to be also a sounding board for those who don't have one.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you are doing it. You are doing it, lady. And I love being a part of it with you. So
thank you. And thank you for the question.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you all for coming on tonight. It has been a joy, and I cannot wait to see you all soon. So again, have a good evening, and we will all be talking soon. Love you all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great time.
All right. Okay. Well, tonight we have had another amazing opportunity to talk about something different, something new, something fresh. And that freshness is all about being thankful. I sit here and I'm like, wow, to know that we're hearing it through a child's point of view, to me, was the most wonderful part of this show tonight. And then, of course, as parents, hearing what our thoughtful process is about being thankful and how it affects us, not just personally, but professionally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of that. So, it always leads me to ask my listeners, as I think about my conversations for the night, right now, it's what are you thankful for? What are your dreams? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself going to next? If you are ready and you want to have this conversation, reach out to me at Kimberly at WSBILC@gmail.com. Let's have that chat. about those dreams. Let's take those dreams and turn them to actual goals. If you want more of your resource for success, monetary donations to support the podcast are now accepted on Cash App, PayPal, Good Pods Tip Jar, or go directly to the website at www.wsbillc.com. Again, we would like to thank you all for listening to us tonight. We will be back next week with more amazing guests. Be sure to follow us on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening and good night.
Good night, everyone. We will be back next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Follow us on Spreaker, www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. View our new WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.